Hello and welcome back to another episode. Now today you'll already have noticed I'm not in my usual room. I'm actually here in the shed, in my sort of man cavey shed space where I keep everything from lawn mowers to bits and bobs that I use for work. Now, why am I in here? Well, I'm in here partly because this week I've been really busy with work, so I haven't really had time to do a soup side video. Certainly not the one that I had planned. And that was, or is still going to be, the next one will be a sort of like a let's play of the Ghostbusters game. We'll talk a little bit about my thoughts and feelings about that game and also the upcoming Ghostbusters film. However, I didn't have time to do that this week, so instead, we're in between jobs for work. I want to show you something that I'm working on for my lovely geeky room, and that is an R2-D2 bin. Now let me just turn it around, turn the camera around, and here we go. This is the bin. Now, the important thing about this bin is it took me a long time to get to a point where I could actually start making it, because it's really hard to find a domed bin. Now, it's not that hard to find a dome-ish bin, and that is one where, for example, the lid actually sits a little bit proud of the top of the dome. But to actually find a perfectly domed bin with a push lid is actually quite difficult. So what I'm going to do is put in the video information a link to an eBay auction, which obviously won't last forever, but it is on there for now. And this particular bin, this perfectly domed push bin, I found on there, and it cost me about £6, which is wonderful, absolutely wonderful for what it is. Now, the bin itself is not just a bin, obviously. I've modified it already a little bit. For example, I cut out a little bit for R2-D2's main eye here, and you'll see inside it's like a slightly domed piece of plastic that I put in there. I've also put an eye stalk on top, or a stalk on top, that's come from a webcam. This has also come from a webcam, and in the middle I've put the foil from an old rewritable CD-ROM disc. I think it looks quite cool actually. Drilled out the hole here. It's just simply red perspex with a little bit of foil behind it to give it a bit of shine, and everything else is basically just a matter of sort of dremeling out the shape so all these lines actually are indented, and then just colouring in the spaces, having spray painted a base of silver paint, for example, on the dome. Just colour in the rest at the moment with blue permanent marker, and also in this case red permanent marker, just there. Now there's some more CD, the innards of a CD there, and I'm just really happy with the overall effect. It's taking a little bit of time to come together, but it's also actually, I'm really pleased that actually the bin lid is quite well balanced. Having taken some material out, it still works as a swing bin. So you can see here I've dremeled on some of the details here, which are yet to be highlighted with a permanent marker. But then obviously, like I said, I'm still working out some of the things about how to keep the colour on and how to get some of the finishing touches on. The restraint bolt here, I'm really pleased with this restraining bolt, because it's just a standard camera equipment knob, as it were, and a fitting that I've just put into the plastic there. So R2 can have his restraining bolt in or out. He can escape if you want him to. But crucially, I'm in the process of putting his legs on. These are made out of MDF, which I'm cutting to shape and size, and this will sort of lift him a little bit off the floor in the office and give him a bit more, I suppose, of that R2-D2 shape when he's finished. So basically, I'm really pleased with how this bin's coming together, and I just thought I'd share it. I was inspired by a couple of posts. My wife saw one in particular, how to do a Star Wars party on Pinterest, and I thought, oh, I can do better than that. The bin that they proposed in that, in my opinion, was extremely basic. So I figured, if you're going to do an R2-D2 bin, you've got to do it properly, haven't you? So there you have it, folks. Despite me knocking it over, this is my R2-D2 bin. I'm really pleased with how it's coming together. And if you want, I'll show you the finished article. Hopefully in a couple of weeks' time I'll be done with this thing. And And well, I'll put more details on how I've ended up finishing the whole piece in that video. But for now, if you want to have the beginnings of this thing, I'll put the link to that eBay auction in the video information just below. So there you have it. Yeah, that's my R2-D2 bin. Hopefully this has been an interesting and or useful video for you. I love this bin and I'm sure you guys will too. Anyway, that's all for now. As ever guys, until next time, do take care. Bye bye.